Here is what you can do in order to improve the battery life on POCO F8 Pro or POCO F8 Ultra. So first of all, we're gonna go to settings, scroll down in here, and you want to go to battery. And I'm gonna mention some of these options that we have available in the settings. Of course, we're gonna start with the balanced mode, the battery saver, and ultra battery saver. Of course, these options do not need to be necessarily used all the time, but they can be quite useful whenever you need to have that extra time, because at a given moment there is no way for you to charge your phone. So of course, in that case, you can use the battery saver to deactivate a few things and get some additional time. And for that extra time, the ultra battery saver will be perfect. Of course, you get rid of pretty much every feature that you have on your phone. You can only have access to several apps with the ultra battery saver, but at the same time, of course, the battery lasts the longest. Besides that, in charging option, it is recommended to use smart charging. And furthermore, in the battery protection, it is recommended to, of course, use one of these two battery protections. We have the standard battery protection and we have the intelligent charging. Most of the time, I believe the best choice is the intelligent charging, but at the same time, if you want, you can try the battery protection as well. In terms of battery protection, the charging itself is also quite important, simply because nowadays batteries are built in a way that they can have quicker aging process, or you can notice the aging process quicker if you charge your phones incorrectly, which means that, of course, for nowadays, for batteries that are made today, the perfect percentage between for batteries is between 20 and 80%, which means you start charging when the battery drops to 20% and you stop at 80. Hence why charging protections often mention 80%. This is just the perfect percentage for them. But of course, the inconvenience is that the battery cannot be charged, in some cases at least, fully to 100%. Now, in addition to that, we can also see the battery usage in here. We have this graph, and we can find out which apps use much of our battery. So in this case, you can do something about it. Like you can, for example, select the app and set up restrictions for the battery. And you can also just simply try to not use the app as often as you do. But besides that, we also have the battery checkup option, which is a pretty good menu where we can find and use many suggestions that can help us get additional minutes. So in this case, I can see things that have higher power consumption. So we can see apps that are draining the battery and they are running somewhere in the background. And we can, of course, select this option in order to actually close these apps. We can also enable automatic screen brightness, which of course is really good for the battery. It can save you the battery quite a bit, because the brighter the screen is for a longer time, the more battery will be used. And we have some additional suggestions that we can of course use, and of course these options themselves don't really make that much of a difference. Like we have 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on and so forth. But once we start adding everything up, you will notice that you can actually get even a couple of hours of couple of more hours from a single charge. Of course, some of these options are rather pointless, if I can say it like that. What I mean is that, for example, we can lower the screen refresh rate to 60 Hz, but of course we don't really want to do that, because what's the point of having 120 Hz refresh rate on our screen if we decide to not use it? So of course, if you care about saving the battery and getting as much time as possible, then yes, of course, this makes perfect sense. But on the other hand, if you don't want to get rid of that visual smoothness and better experience, and then of course this is pointless. Still, of course, these things have to be mentioned. And except for battery settings in here, of course, many display settings also have that impact, which we can actually find in the battery checkup. So we have the screen settings, of course, where we have the automatic brightness, which was mentioned before. The same can be said about the dark mode. Of course, the dark mode is slightly better for battery compared to the light mode. We also have the refresh rate again. So of course, these things also matter. One thing that I can also mention is in location. More precisely, of course, the location services itself can also save the battery when disabled, but in location services we have Wi-Fi scanning and Bluetooth scanning. Both of them can be actually deactivated because they don't really need to be enabled all the time, and they can also save the battery a little bit. So you can turn them off, and whenever the phone needs them, of course, you will be asked to turn them back on. So you can, of course, do that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Most of these things that we can do is actually in the battery checkup and some settings over here that I mentioned. But of course, some other stuff, like for example, if you play lots of games, then this has an impact on the battery, and obviously stuff like games drain the battery quite a bit, but also some other stuff that might be running in the background all the time, like for example animated wallpapers, let's say, and maybe some other stuff. This also drains the battery quite a bit, so you might want to give up on that to get more battery. And something that is, I guess, more trivial, but something that I also have to mention, is that, of course, if you use stuff like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, mobile data, NFC, location, and so on and so forth, if these options are always enabled, then of course the battery will be drained faster. So, for example, if you don't have any Bluetooth device connected at a given moment, there is really no need for you to use the Bluetooth, or if you don't use QuickShare, because of course there are some other features that use Bluetooth, but this is just an example. Essentially, if you don't need to use Bluetooth, there is no point of having it enabled. If you are at home, there is no need, probably there is no need to use mobile data. If you are outside, you probably don't need to use Wi-Fi. So this is what I mean. Of course, this is pretty basic, and I guess many of you already know that, but still, since we are talking about improving the battery life, I just wanted to mention this. So that is pretty much it. Of course, also it is recommended to go to background apps from time to time, or recents, and turn off apps that are somewhere running still in the background in order to optimize the phone. In the security app, we can also use the cleaners and boost speed option. These tools can also be quite helpful. And yeah, hopefully I mentioned actually everything that I wanted to mention. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If there is actually something that I missed, you can of course write it in the comments so that everyone can find it, everyone can know about it, and everyone can improve their battery on POCO F8 Pro and POCO F8 Ultra. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.